The first thing that we need to know about TLC mixtures is how to plot a TLC. You will first take a 100 ml beaker in which you will pour in about 4 to 5 ml of your TLC mixture. Once you have the mixture in your beaker, you will take a TLC plate and mark a line above the solvent level. You will place this TLC next to the beaker and you will see where does the solvent level is, and you will mark a line above this level. Once you have this, you will make a small intersection. As many spots as you want to place on your TLC plate, those are the number of intersections you should place. Please note that you keep your intersections away from the edges or the walls of the TLC plate. When you will run the sample in the beaker, when you will place your TLC plate in the beaker, do not disturb it. The reason is when your solvent level will rise, the spot will also rise. And the spot will rise in that same lane as you have marked it. So if you have another spot, it will rise in its own lane and stop wherever its polarity allows it to stop. Once you know where your spots are, you will place the ruler with the centimeter marking on the line of origin, not at the base of the TLC plate, but at the line of origin, because this is where you have marked your compounds. If you have these compounds dipped in the solution, you will get your compounds dissolved in the TLC mixture. Using your ruler, you will figure out the distance of the spot which it has traveled from the origin. If you have a big spot, you will look at the center for the reading to be taken. Once you have the spot distance, you also need to record the solvent's distance. How would you do that? The moment you take out your TLC plate from the beaker, you should have some dry space at the top. Do not let your TLC solvent run over. Always leave a little bit of dry space so you can hold it with your thumb and your finger and take it out. Before that, do not touch the face or the scratched or this rough part of TLC plate. So your TLC plate will have a glossy part, the more smoother part, and the rough part. The rough part is where you have to spot your TLC and your sample. Always try to put your sample in a concentrated manner. Do not have a wide, big spot. Try to touch your TLC plate capillary at the same place and not all over the area on that intersection. When you take out your TLC plate from the beaker, with your pencil, immediately put a mark on this solvent front. Later, with gentle hands, you can put a line also through it. But you do not have to do that because your ruler can measure from the line of origin to this solvent front right here. So the D spot over distance of the solvent traveled will give you your RF value. RF value will depend on what are your sig figs. Always read up to 2 decimal places for your centimeters. If both of these numbers were 0, your sig figs here would still be 3. So be careful of what numbers you are using and how you are recording the RF value.